Alright, what's up guys? Hope everyone's doing good. I'm just gonna be doing a quick high time frame update on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then after that I'm gonna be talking about spotbacks, and I'll have some timestamps below so it makes it a lot easier to navigate if you need to come back to reference it. So with that being said, yeah, let's get into it. So without even using my other levels, we're on the weekly chart right here. We can see pretty clearly we're pushing up against resistance, right? And into the up candle before this really big sell-off. So to say the least, yes, we are at resistance. And to top it off, if I pull up the diva, there's a very clear divergence. Made a higher high. It wasn't a very big one, but it did make a higher high. And on the RSI, it's trending lower. So yeah, not looking too encouraging right now, but look, we're at a massive level of resistance. I don't expect that we break through the first time or even the second time. The third tap would be more likely, and there may even be a fourth tap, who knows. My guess is that it takes place somewhere within the weekly fair value gap, like I've been talking about in my videos. So if you don't know what a weekly fair value gap is, or a fair value gap in general, just look at how there's no wicks touching in between these candles. And notice how we've been retracing into these weekly fair value gaps, and it's usually where price will find that higher low. In my opinion, I think we probably get something like this with the trend line, where we break below it and everyone gets scared and then reclaim. But yeah, regardless, I mean, the trend is up. There's no reason to fade a trend. What you should be looking for here is a pullback. Like I said, it should be pretty clear why major resistance. We've got a divergence forming. So yeah, and let me throw my levels on and we can zoom in a little bit. So essentially, anywhere in between, let's see, what is this at? Anywhere in between 29.5 and 26.7, I would say the higher low could form. It could form here. In my opinion, the trend is still upright, and I mean, things have been looking good thus far. I get it, approaching a major high time frame resistance level, and we're not breaking through it the second time. I get it, but like I said, wouldn't really expect it to do that in the first place. And another thing that gives me a little bit of confidence is that we didn't take this liquidity here. These are the two levels that price is most likely reaching for. And so at these levels, you can look for these kinds of things. Might get a short scenario, might get a long scenario. But yeah, that's for trades pretty much. But if you're not talking about trades, yeah, anywhere in here I would say is a good bet that Bitcoin pulls back to and bounces from. And when it does pull back, it's gonna give us a chance to get some entries on alts. So yeah, best to be prepared. Ethan, you asked me my take on BTC. Well, we took out this high and this high. So again, we're just leaving all of these lows here. So I would expect it to pull back. It would be nice if we didn't have to pull back at all. But I think it's more likely than not that we do. And for as for entries to buy, not trade, but to buy, these right here, these purple boxes, I have the prices listed out right there. Those are pretty good places to set some bids and forget about it. You don't necessarily have to buy spot. You could do 2x and 3x, just something that's relatively safe, that's not gonna wipe out your account. But yeah, took liquidity from the top again in this fair value gap. So next likely objective is down here, in my opinion. Did break market structure, but like I said, it set a major level of resistance, so I don't really expect that we break it on the first or second time. Maybe maybe ETH has a chance to outperform here. Let me see. Let me see real quick. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, ETH could outperform, to be honest. ETH may honestly leave these lows. But yeah, so that's what I pretty much think about Bitcoin and ETH. Overall, I'm bullish, but I am expecting a pullback, is the TLDR of it all. Okay, so for Sol, these are my adjusted spot bags. I'll show the old ones later, towards the end of the video if you care. I'll get the new ones out of the way, but I'm hoping for a pullback on Sol. I just want to get some exposure. I sold too early, but yeah, now we're at the top of the range, and on my old levels, I know I said I was gonna show it at the end, but we did hold above that reclaim level, or the compounding level. We've been holding above it for a good while. We've got a little meme triangle. I think this thing is probably gonna squeeze. So yeah, again, we were holding above the compounding level for at least 3 days. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, hopefully we could get a pullback on Sol. Moving on to ARB. ARB's another one that took off. These are my adjusted levels. For ARB, honestly, this is the new compounding level, so I would say at 1.2798, try and get some, I would say, alright, if you're looking to get exposure, you have to realize that the higher my levels are, the more riskier you should assume that they are. So this one, it is at the top of the range, but look, here's the thing. If you're not a trader and it holds above, but then it comes back and deviates and holds below this level, you should probably, I mean, not get out because it's spot, but you know what I mean. So yeah, just realize that the higher the bids are, obviously it's a riskier entry. I shouldn't have to add like aggressive, passive, and moderate for all of them, but yeah, I'm probably gonna spot buy Sol in here, and then hopefully we could come back and then get like the mid range. Yeah, so that's it for ARB actually. And then Engine coin. This is a gaming coin. These are kind of like really hopeful bids. I'm not sure if we actually get it, but it's near these range lows, so let's see what we get. So remember, this is like where I'm setting my bids personally. Illuvium is still doing the same thing. So it's getting back into the buy zone. It's possible that it sweeps 38. So if you see a sweep, of actually 37.77. You see a sweep and then you get a reclaim, then I would take that as like a compounding level, and I would add some. PEPE is coming into our buy zone as we speak. And then here's another one. We might need to clean up these lows. I don't know that it gets this low, but I'll add it anyways. Maybe just somewhere to set stink bids. That's always good to have in the market. Link is in one of our buy zones right now, but to be honest, if it holds below this level, I'm gonna take that as a deviation and would actually prefer not to buy yet. Yeah, other than that, probably just have to wait all the way back down. I called this one a lot earlier though. I had mentioned it a couple of times. I know a lot of people were mentioning it in the timeline, this deviation right here. But yeah, maybe we pull back into this gap in here. Yeah, honestly, I'll move my entry up here. I think that's more likely, to be honest. Alright, there you go. There are the buy zones for Link. Right now, yeah, like I said, if you're gonna add here, don't add too much. Rose is a pretty good L1. I don't know if it takes off from here, but it already filled my buy zone. I had some bids in here. Let's see, honestly, I think you could probably get filled down here. But yeah, those are the buy zones for Rose. Tell, I think, is already taking off. This is one of those ones that's like high risk, high reward, or medium risk, high reward, I should say. And then I'll leave my favorite spot bag for the end. I'm putting in bids for B&B just because there's just like so much FUD around it, and honestly buying FUD for me has usually been a good idea. So realize that it is on the more riskier side. Because I guess they could be insolvent, or CZ could be, I don't know, selling, like people are always saying. I don't know. But regardless, it's at range lows, and I mean, yeah, could honestly probably set some bids here. Some stink bids in case we get a wick. Another pretty good L1, I think. Already kind of filled and moving, but maybe we'll get another little pullback into here. So probably set some bids towards the top. Two more, AVAX. AVAX is just kind of consolidating in this in between these weekly pivot levels. So it could come all the way back down here, and if we come back down here, then I would expect that we sweep these lows into the fair value gap. And for my favorite coin, take it with a grain of salt, but I think it just has a lot of potential because it's a dog coin and it's Sol's dog coin. It's down pretty much 100%, currently 98. But the thing is yeah, like people buy dog coins like it's fucking nothing. Just reclaim this really important low. Monster, massive wick. If you know anything about the tokenomics or anything like that, maybe leave it in the comments or something. I need to do more research on it. This is me telling you I haven't done a whole lot of research. I just, for the reason that Bitcoin has Doge, ETH has SHIB, and it seems like Solana is going to be a pretty big contender this cycle, so far at least it seems, then I think people are going to be asking themselves, well, what's the next dog coin for Sol? And that would be SAMO. So I've got a buy zone there. you're not too picky with your entries, you could just throw a little bag in now, because we did just reclaim the lows. But yeah, I also wanted to call 1 inch, but holy shit, just took off without me. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. One more thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that I partnered up with Mexi. I needed an exchange that didn't make me KYC, and I could use leverage, and they have the largest selection of altcoins, so check it out if you're interested. I'll leave a referral link or a referral code in my bio, and yeah, that'll really help me out. Alright, see you guys.